Hey boys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Beer Pro, where we are taking on the Melbourne Storm in our first finals match. This is a qualifying final 2, so obviously the second game, but this is a big match, It's not do or die for us, but if we win this, we're one win away from the grand final, that's the dream, that's the goal. The Storm, they have an exceptional side, they have talent all across the board. In the round 26 clash, they did beat us. I think it was the Storm. I'm pretty sure it was the Storm that gave us a bit of a touch-up. So, we got a bit to prove this game. It's going to be a tough one. We have the side to win, though. Our side is pretty full strength. I'm happy with the side they selected. And we're going to take the first run, make a good bit of ground, and we make good meters on that first set. We're going to put in a nice attacking kick to start the game, which bodes well, I'd say. It bodes well for the rest of the game. We don't come up with it, but I mean, making like 70 meters off the first set, that's what you want to see. And after a good defensive set, the Storm are going to kick it out here, not make much ground. Dale Copley gets the ball back to me. I put a big left footer on the play coming through there, and the Storm's defensive line is shattered. It's broken, and we're going to go straight through and score the first try of the game. A pretty quick start from us. Honestly, we're looking in good form. That was Dale Copley, I think it was, passed the ball out to us, and we put a huge step on one of the players rushing through, and you can't do that. Yeah, excuse me, you can't do that. You can't rush out of the line for the kick chase on me. If it's one-on-one, 9 times out of 10, I'll probably beat the player rushing through. So the Storm might learn their lesson, they might not, but Ben Hunt converts the goal. But unfortunately, from a silly error from the boys, we're going to be on the back foot straight after that try. And the Storm here, Cameron Smith runs straight out of dummy half. The number 8 just goes nowhere. I was left to my own devices, and a bit too difficult to stop Smith from that line. It had to come up with a big tackle. Didn't quite happen, and our lead is diminished quickly, very quickly. But the boys are going to attack nicely down the blind side. We call for it back there, but the Storm read it like a book and drive me backwards. I could have thrown the offload, and it could have been a try, but we held onto the ball, as Hodges almost goes straight through there. But hopefully holding onto the ball hasn't... It probably is the best thing. Right here, we wrap around the back there, and they all follow me. The Storm just completely fall for it. Alex Glenn, the lead runner, he hits him, and it is a certain try. Just the Storm got fooled. It wasn't the prettiest try, but I thought it was a nice little try because I was out the back there, and the Storm all followed me around. But they hit the lead runner, and Alex Glenn goes in for the try. But straight after that, my God, I think it's Waddell playing a dummy half. He decides to run out dummy half. He passed it back across the person who played the ball. It hit him on the chest, so it was a knock on by him, and it went away from my player. I couldn't pick the ball up. Matt Duffy swoops on it and gets the Storm's second try. I couldn't believe it. I was furious. The Storm did not deserve to be in this game. We were on fire. The whole team was playing well, apart from a couple of silly errors. But once again, making more ground, right through the gap. But Duffy comes up with a huge tackle. He wraps me up just before the line. I think it's Chambers coming in to help him out. But we still got a good chance here. Spread it out. Winterstein bursts onto it. Can't quite get there. Last tackle here. What can we do? Hopefully do something good. It gets out to Anthony Milford, who puts up the bomb. Not a bad little bomb either. And it's taken there by the Storm, but we are going to tackle him in the goal. So it was a nice kick right on the goal line. But unfortunately, we couldn't make them pay. And then the Storm, our dummy half, gets it out to Matt Duffy, who steps one. And then my dive just completely misses him. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that we were going to be down 18-12 in this game. Matt Duffy, second try of the game. The one time the diving tackle doesn't home in on the player, it usually always just goes to the legs, but this time, nope, it completely whiffed. Yeah, just things weren't going our way, even though we were having a fairly stellar game in attack. Just the defensive part was just letting us down. So 18-12 down, bit shattering, but our attack is still on point. Just before half time, the Storm were a bit slacking right there. They come up with a poor read in defense, and then Slater, the only man to beat. We just bamboozle him with the right footer, and Jesse Bromwich actually kept pace with us, and he was almost there to make the covering tackle, which would have absolutely steamed my beans. But him and Kiva Cronk were both there, but I don't know what they were doing. They sort of just let me score, but I'll take it, man. I will take it. So a fairly high scoring final match. Not very typical. 18 all at half time. That's a fairly impressive start. And the second half is going to start off strong as well. We take a nice offload, and Billy Slater comes up with a huge tackle. Almost takes my head clean off right there. That was a big hit. Thankfully my player didn't get injured. But off that penalty, we tap the ball, well, we kick it into touch, and then off the tap they go to the blind side and they fucking get tackled out. Yeah. And then straight after that, I was caught off guard, just off guard, and they kick a beautiful 40-20. I could blame my teammates, but that was all my fault right there. But thankfully, we actually come up with a big set in defense, and I think it was Milford who came up with the intercept. We almost make a clean break right there, but the Storm are back on the attack here. 18 all. This is a big moment in the game. Only 25 minutes, still plenty of time, but the Storm are going to go out here. A poor read in defense there by Milford, I think it was, who just got beaten on the outside by Slater, is it? Yes, it's Slater. So, Slater obviously pretty good in attack. He's pretty quick in this game. Not too unexpected, but not the great defense. Had to come up quicker and shut it down, but 24-18 down. It's not looking good. 20 minutes to go though. We put in a beautiful kick. Just a sensational kick. We're not going to come up with the dropout, but that is a great kick. 5 meters out. And after a good defensive set, we come up with the ball in good attacking possession. But you wouldn't believe it. Well, you probably would. We get stripped of the ball. Just what's happened. And then the Storm are in the attack. They pass the ball back. My player should have had the intercept, but he put it down. And he gives the Storm 6 more tackles. Well, pretty much 7 tackles with the 0. But we come up with a huge tackle there. Second tackle. It's not looking good though. The Storm score here could be all over for us. They get it out wide. The big tackle there by the number 8. Jamming in there. Good stuff. But then they spread it out. And it's it's Cooper Cronk charging onto the ball. He's met with a pretty solid tackle by myself. And then 2 other players come in. But he's just going to burst his way over. Plant the ball down. And that is going to be 30-18. 10 minutes to go. This final game looks shot. We've pretty much thrown it away. We've had this game, in my opinion, not all the way. We've just made silly errors, but I feel like we played really good this game. Really well, but, we got a chance here. We spread it to the left after a nice break from us, and then we create the overlap, and I thought the play had broken down. We called for the ball a touch early, but we are just going to shrug off a couple of plays just with absolute ease. We created the numbers, but we called for it a bit early, but just get out of my way. And right here, bang, get out of my way. Just going in for the 3rd try. Billy Slater was left stranded. He was expecting the 2 players to make the tackle, but they just couldn't. Like I said, our attack was just on point this game. And right here, 4 minutes to go. We go around for the wrap there, and we are straight through. It is a foot race. We have no stamina. Slater is coming strong. We go in, we go out, we got the line all to ourselves. Slater though, he comes up with a massive tackle and he puts us into touch. I was freaking out, man. I was freaking out. That was the match winner. That was the try saver. If this was a grand final, that would be one of the most replayed moments of all time. But it is only the first final match, but that is pretty epic. I've got to say, I was mad, but the Storm, they had the ball last couple of minutes and they throw an intercept, so we have one final shot and there is no time left. I go down the blind side, not a good idea, but we do get one last play. I thought it was all over at that point. We get the ball again. We have to do something. We get it out here and he had to go left, but he goes right and he gets tackled with it. I couldn't believe it. If he went left, draw and pass, we score, but that is the game. That is a epic match. Poor errors cost us in the end, but man, that was an exciting game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.